legs, and that's what I'm doing. Um, I'm gonna wait and start giving people the opportunity to start coming into the room. Hey, Miss Maddie Stone, Maddie Stone, Maddie Stone, please make another account so that you can come into here. Are you on the first page or the second? Okay. Hey, Nakia Baker and Daryl Brown. I always say we're not gonna be on long, but we can't be on long today because hey Cecilia, hey Paula, how are you guys doing? Miss Teresa, Dominique, Lucille, Lynn, Black Zach 304 is what area code? Is that Florida? I forget what area code 304 is. Is that Florida? 304? Or is that St. Missouri? I can't remember. Oh, it's Virginia. Okay. Marcus, Joy Loves God. Shout out to my moderators. Okay, he said it's Virginia. Hey, Rhonda. Okay, I wanted to talk about. Okay, it's West Virginia. Is the crime out of control up there in West Virginia? Because I know that's like the DMV area, right? DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Dominique says they who grabbed Little Migo's phone? Who grabbed his phone? Beckley is the worst. Other than that, not really. Oh, West Virginia is a separate state. It's separate from West Virginia. Is separate from Virginia. I go back and forth. Hey everyone. So Virginia and West Virginia is I didn't think West Virginia was a. So I didn't know West Virginia was its own state. Hell, I thought ain't that some shit? Lord Jesus. I thought I knew all 50 states. And I didn't know West Virginia and Virginia was different. Lord have mercy. So are you still around the DMV area? Mm, mm, mm. They're like 3 hours from each other, Lord. Just like North Dakota and South Dakota. Mm. Well, child, we be learning every day. Oh, West Virginia is near Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Oh. Mm. Ooh, I'm going to Pennsylvania this summer. I can't wait. I've never been. Um, for our family reunion, and we're taking my mother in May to Florida. I wanted to go to Key West, but for some reason, my mother wanted to go to either Destin or Orlando. So we're going to go to Destin. My family is we have family in Pennsylvania. Now I've been to Jersey, I've been to New York a lot, but I've never been to Pennsylvania, which is Philly, which is not, they're all in close proximity. And so okay, it's on YouTube. Okay. So my auntie was like, "We're all gonna get on the bus." I said, "Shoot, I'll see them when they get there. I'm not getting on no bus." They're renting this bus, and all of the family is gonna get on the bus. And we did that one time before. We used to do that when we was younger, and when I was younger, rather. I'm not doing that now, you know. So my now the whole family, we all riding together. I said, okay. I've been looking at tickets, child. I'm gonna see them when they get there. I'll already be there with the family there that lives there. I can't see myself riding on no bus. I feel sorry for my mama. I told her, why don't you get on the plane with me? Mm-mm. I ain't getting on no plane. I said, I just can't win. I said, well, I feel the same way. I ain't getting on no bus. Anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about CEO Jizzle is the next big star. And I want to set the record straight, okay, about some things as it relates to that. Because I was looking on social media. Y'all, people on social media is sick. Key West better than Destin, and I know it. Nakia, that's the reason why I want to go. I know it is. Hero Fix TV says I have to piss too much to ride a bus. I know that's right. Um, I wanted to talk about CEO Jizzle. Okay, you all know I've always said she said feeling nasty. That's what they say. That I've always said that there Memphis is full of a lot of talented stars. Okay, it's a lot of talent around Memphis. It's a lot of talent everywhere. Let's just be clear, right? But the focus is on Memphis, and Memphis is full of talented rappers. I think because Memphis has its own slang and all of that. And I'm not being partial because I'm a Memphian or whatever. It's just the truth. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. When people ask me, who are your favorite rappers or whatever, I go anybody from Memphis. I low key be one, I low key love that bounce music, like those bounce beats from out of New Orleans. Those rappers when they're supposed to be gangster raps or whatever, in their beats they have that bounce in it. I was a majorette, so I love that bounce music. Even when I walk now, for some reason I have a bounce in my walk, a march in my walk, right? And but I always have to stay loyal to my Tennessee rappers. I say anybody from out of Tennessee, especially around Memphis. I even be proud of the ones in Mississippi and in West Memphis, Arkansas, because that's right over the bridge from Memphis. Because David Banner is from Jackson, Mississippi, which is like 3 hours away. Um I don't think he got recognized as much as he should have, because he made a lot of hard beats and stuff. But Memphis is the focus is on Memphis, right? And I think I had been said that CEO Jizzle is one of the ones, okay, that I've seen, because I've watched all of them. And somebody came into my chat one time and said, "Well, you don't know nothing about rap because these young rappers, because you're not young enough to know anything about them." I said, "Okay, I'm younger than Jay-Z, way younger than Jay-Z." Okay, and so anyways, he's just one of the ones that I watched. He has a charisma about him. He's very talented, right? And believe it or not, CEO Jizzle is a better rapper than Straight Drop. I don't know if Straight Drop was charismatic or anything like that, because some of the people that I've talked to that knew Straight Drop, his mother and all of them personally, they says that Straight Drop was not like that. He was not like he is now. Like, he started dealing with the wrong people, and the very ultimate happened, right? But even still, like, um I always saw, I think it takes more than talent to be successful, right? And so you have to have the charisma. He definitely has that. I see that he seems to be a caring person. Like I said, I've been busy a lot, but I used to watch CEO Jizzle very closely, because it's like when they're stars, like, I'd be watching them, and I'm always rooting for them, and I don't stalk them or anything like that. But for some reason, I feel like as older, women that our age and men, we're supposed to always pray for the young men. What was Sis Trunk first name? Okay, who was that? The girl that was that they found. And so I'm doing something on that. I was going to talk about that later. And so, anyways, I probably shouldn't have said that. Oh Lord, I put that into the atmosphere too quick, child. Somebody calling some folks. You need to do it first. It ain't gonna be like mine. It ain't. It ain't gonna be like mine. Okay. But being a good rapper is about having good relationships, good ethic, being marketable in the right thing. CEO Jizzle he's a very cute kid. Okay. He's talented. He seems to have charisma, right? But I think CEO Jizzle, as I had said before, that what has to happen is maybe the maturity level has to catch up with the talent. And so I know people don't think it's a spiritual thing, but it is. Okay. Um, sometimes the maturity level has not caught up with the talent, and until you mature, you can't have everything that is that is already placed up there for you, right? I know that people have come into my chat, and they or they've come into my comments, and they say that CEO Jizzle is out there in the street. Well, it's a lot of rappers that was out there in the street, right? I think that just like CEO Jizzle and a lot of the rest of them, maybe if they get a foothold. And I had really stopped talking a lot about CEO Jizzle, because somebody had said to me when we were promoting him, because that's one of the things that I used to do on my TV show. I used to like to promote people that I knew was very talented. And they was like, you know what, Tam, we promote CEO Jizzle and we always big him up, but Memphis is definitely like in a warfare right now. And I would hope that you're not making him a target. And I thought about that. I was like, you're right. You know what? I don't want to make him a target, because we know that all evil eyes and stuff are always watching and stuff like that. And sure enough, it seemed like right after we had that conversation, something had happened to him, right? But God sustained him. But I wanted to set the record straight, because what made me bring it up again is I want to remind people of that, because I feel like we need to encourage these young men, right? And also because he does have the talent, he kind of reminds me of his rap style is not like Young Dolph's, but Young Dolph was a boss. Okay, he was a boss. He was very smart, right? Um, I've always said that it was something about like you know um Kenny Money, right? And well, first of all, Key Glock has his swag, because he was up under Dolph all the time. But I always said, if anybody probably had his personality, it will probably be more so Kenny Money and probably CEO Jizzle, right? Even though CEO Jizzle is not signed to Pre. I always said that I felt like they carried some type of characteristics that always just kind of reminded me of Young Dolph. And so I hope that CEO Jizzle sees and the people around him, especially the ones that he would consider his big dog, see the talent that he carries, right? And they would help to preserve that, put him in a safe place. Because see, when people have talent, and like I said, he cute as a button. Okay. He's talented, and he's got the charisma to draw in a lot of people. I see that, right? So I hope that they would help to preserve him and put him in a safe place, right? You start to put him in the studio and help to boost them, just like Young Dolph did a lot of other people, right? And I think CEO Jizzle is at the age, because he's around the same age as my kids, where he's got the talent, but sometimes at my daughter is the same way. They feel like, I want to carry all my people with me, and those that can be carried, you can, but you got to get yourself there first. You have to preserve yourself and get yourself there first, and make sure that the people that is around you is on the same thing, because I don't want CEO Jizzle um to mess around and get himself messed over, especially with all of the talents that God has given him, right? Because he got everything, right? You know what I mean? Like I said, the oftentimes the maturity level has to catch up with the talent, and then he'll be a force to be reckoned with. I think he has the charisma, definitely, because I watch him. He seems to be very sensitive to be loyal to to those people that's around him, to help to open doors, just like Young Dolph did, right? For those that are talented. I don't think that he's selfish at all, and he kind of reminds me of Young Dolph in that sense, right? Because he seemed to love people real, like he seems to love them a lot, those that are around him, right? But I want to set the record straight, because I had been seeing, I was scrolling just a few minutes ago, and I was looking at all of these different um posting stuff, and folks sitting up hollering about, the truck that was seen driving away from Big Juke's scene. It I mean, I'm seeing a lot of vloggers say that, and I think they should be ashamed of themselves to try and put that. And then I went and looked at CEO Jizzle's page, and it kind of did something to me, right? Yeah, I got a cold. I keep my head stay stopped up, my sinuses. And it kind of did something to me, because he was like, if I die, mama don't shed a tear for me, or something like that. CEO Jizzle is too young to even be thinking about death, because he has his whole life ahead of him, and God had gifted him with everything, right? Has the talent and the charisma to be the next big star to come out of Memphis. And you got these mofos that don't even live in Memphis, putting that into the atmosphere. Now, I think I told y'all in the very beginning, I get real suspicious about a lot of vloggers, when, especially these damn men with their ugly asses, a lot, not all of them. Okay, when they start trying to put certain things at people's feet. Right now, when I spoke with my friend the day after this happened to Big Juke, he told me that they got intel that they came from out of town, and it was more than likely Houston. So when they start trying to put stuff like this at the feet of like young men, like CEO Jizzle, and have project that stuff around them, that type of energy, it makes me feel a certain way about these old niggas that's on here vlogging. Do they understand how they're putting what they're doing to this young man's life? And I'm not saying that CEO Jizzle is scared. I don't believe that he is, but do they understand the energy that they are projecting to him? So it makes me feel like some of these vloggers know what happened to Juke, and they're trying to change the narrative. Okay, I believe it. I done told y'all I don't trust a lot of these vloggers. I told y'all what be going on with these vloggers. So CEO Jizzle, probably 23 or 24. I don't really know how old he is. He probably 23 or 24. Okay. So you all take that energy, and you know damn well that CEO Jizzle didn't do that to Jook. And you put out vlogs to put that energy into the atmosphere, I guess, because you want to protect the dudes that came from Texas. That's according to the police. Hell, I don't know. Right? That's what y'all want to do. See, it's what the reason I'm setting the record straight. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say that a lot of these men ought to be ashamed of themselves. These old niggas, these old rusty niggas, okay, these old rusty ones with these wrinkled balls and hanging and stuff because they ass is old. When they start putting this type of energy into the atmosphere and creating an atmosphere for these young men to be hurt. Okay, so I immediately started praying for CEO Jizzle. Y'all pray for him too, because I don't want for CEO Jizzle to feel like something is going to happen to him. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him, but he gonna go up because it was already predestined. He was a born star. And so, like I said, it does something to me when I see these old dudes who should know better put this type of stuff into the atmosphere, right? And they know it's a lot of fools that are out here, especially around this time where people's minds are not clear. They are very emotional, and they should be. I'm talking about people that love the people that was slain, right? So when people say, "Well, they was trolling," hey, I don't agree with trolling, but hey, I've been watching all of this stuff and the people that have been in the midst of this stuff for over 2 years. Young Dolph's artist was trolled for over 2 years. So I believe that they reciprocated what had been happening to them. I'm not saying it was right, but I didn't hear nobody saying nothing when it was happening to them. Because Black Youngster was the very worst. Okay. And rest in peace to Juke, but him too. Okay. So because they reciprocate that, which is not right, now people are creating these energies because a lot of these vloggers work for people that work within these record labels that have been put on the internet to create atmospheres, to create atmospheres for young men like CEO Jizzle to be taken out. Okay, I'm so glad the FBI onto some of these vloggers. I don't know what to do. That dime that they paying y'all, it ain't shit. Cause they ain't gonna even want to touch you when you go to jail. Y'all already ain't got a damn dime. They ain't got nothing if they gonna get their maggot asses on here and do a lot of the stuff that they do. It's some things that you shouldn't take money for to do as a man, right? I like men that won't do anything for some money, because when they do anything for some money, they'll get on their knees. And they'll get on their knees for anything or anybody. I can't trust nothing like that. Okay. But a lot of them that project this energy and put these untruths into the atmosphere and create atmospheres for these young men. And I never said he was innocent. None of these young boys are innocent. They all trying to find their way. Right? It don't mean that people are supposed to create atmospheres for them to be taken out. So I want to remind everybody that he is the next big star. He is. And so it makes me feel like, because he is the next big star, they get into these vloggers and saying, this is, because they have scripts and stuff written for them. Okay. What's wrong with growing older, ma'am? When did we start following the kids and not the adults? Oh, geez. What you mean? What's wrong with growing older? I am growing older. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Terrell? Help me to understand what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Terrell? It ain't nothing wrong with growing older. I'm in my 40s. I'm growing older. What are you talking about? And I'm full of wisdom. So I'm trying to understand what you mean. I'm gonna wait for Terrell because I be wanting to get an understanding. I want to make sure that we're understanding each other because I don't want to be misunderstanding him. I'm interested in what he's saying. Terrell, I'm gonna wait for you to type. Okay. Because I want us to see eye to eye. I'm trying to I want to understand what you're saying to me. Okay. Sounds like he's saying it's cool to get older, possibly. Okay. 1111 in the chat. Y'all hit the like button. Okay. It is cool to get older. It is. It's definitely cool to get older. He said, when did we start following the kids and not the OGs? And let me just say this to real. The OGs are not doing what OGs are supposed to do, right? They're not doing what OGs are supposed to do. And the reason I hope I didn't come off if you weren't trolling, because I'd never seen you in here before. Okay. So sometimes when I misinterpret stuff, I think people are coming in here trolling. I gotta get better by that. Okay. But the OGs are not doing what they're supposed to do as it relates to some these younger men, right? They look at them as somebody to go and get their lick back instead of seeing them for the talent that they have, right? And seeing that they can really make some real money, okay? And helping to preserve their life because there's nothing in the street. Like I said, CEO Jizzle is up next. CEO Jizzle can be the next big star. He got the personality to do it. Okay, he do. He got the personality to do it. But I want for I challenge a lot of these male vloggers to stop creating atmospheres as much as, let me tell you something. There was some stuff that Lil Migo was doing, and I spoke about it sometimes, but I backed up off of it because I understood that Lil Migo is a child. So when I would speak, I would say something. I would say for the OGs around him, y'all need to reel him in. Because y'all know what's going on ain't right. But I didn't start creating energy. Even if I did it, I pulled back for something to happen to Lamigos because Lamigos is a child to me. Now, if he was doing half of the stuff that folks said he was doing, then the law gonna have to deal with that, right? But I didn't want to get on here and create an atmosphere for a child to be taken out. And I see where people are projecting that type of energy. The same people that was projecting that type of energy, that is projecting that type of energy on CEO Jizzle. Some of the things that some of these other ones did, like Lil Migo and them, it was worse. And you never saw them do it. That's how you know that a lot of these vloggers working with record companies. They work with somebody that work with these record companies and they put these vlogs up to create narratives. Hey, I wouldn't even be mad about that because this is something that they've always done in media, except for now that you have a lot of these black vloggers on here, it has become extremely sadistic. Okay. The record companies have become extremely sadistic because they feel like black people will do anything for a damn cheese basket, and it's happening. Because anytime you could set up another man for some money, you'll do anything. Hey, Carol, you'll do anything if you'll set up another man for some money and then say, I'm feeding my kids. You ain't worth a damn. You less than a man. That's how you feed your kids, by destroying other folks' families. Okay. And so I think that as a vlogger of my caliber, and I be on here quite a bit. Okay, trust me, they don't like me. I good. I wish they liked me enough not to mess with me. Period. That's the kind of, see, when you don't like people, you don't mess with them. I'm gonna tell you about people when they don't like you. What they want to try to do is isolate you and reject you, and I love that. I was like, oh Lord, I see they come out the sewer. Some of them, thank the Lord, but then they don't like me enough to leave me alone. So it's something weird about their dislike. They don't dislike me enough to leave me alone. So it's something weird about their dislike. Oh, okay. He said I wasn't trolling. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And let me just say this. My with um um my people, okay, with my mods, because we have people to come in here and troll me so much, they're very protective. If they feel like somebody is trolling me and they see me get a little upset, okay, that's the first thing that they do, and that's what they're supposed to do. But since you're not trolling, I will apologize to you. They did what they were supposed to do based on the way that I reacted. So it's not their fault. So what I'll say to you, since you wasn't trolling, I apologize to you. My moms didn't do anything wrong, right? Their job is to, if they see me getting upset or something like that, that's the first thing that they do. That's what good moms do. But because I prejudged, I misjudged it, I'll apologize to you. Okay. Since you say you're not trolling. Okay. Just don't make me regret it, Lord. Please don't. Okay. So, but I've been seeing that all over the internet. Okay. I've been seeing it all over the internet, and to see him post that, when I already know that that little boy is full of so much talent. And I'm not saying little boy as a disrespect to anything, because I call my daughters, and they 22 and 25 little girls. um Terrell Clark says, what I was saying is that nowadays we tend to listen to the youth more than the adults, real men. And I'm glad your staff is on point. Thank you, love. I listen, I appreciate that. I appreciate you understanding. Okay. And you're right. You're right. When the OGs are supposed to, the OGs in the Bible is referenced as the elders, right? When they're referenced as um, the elders, it says that the youngsters are to reverence the elders because they are full of wisdom. It's unfortunate that a lot of the OGs, and ain't no 25-year-old no OG. You ain't lived long enough. You ain't been through enough. Well, I've been through a whole lot. Now you ain't lived long enough to the rap game is watered down. I listened to one of yeah, I'm telling you. It ain't it's not it's not what it used to be. It's really strictly just about uh black boys. It's about genocide in the black community. That's it. That's all rap is about, genocide in the black community. And I wish that black people would wake up and not buy into that, right? And so I think it's a shame for a lot of us to have platforms. And I'm not, and let me just say this, I'm not dissing at other vloggers. I don't want them to think that. Okay, not all of them. Some of them I don't give a damn about, period. Okay, I wouldn't care what they think. But even some of the ones that I saw posting that about CEO Jizzle, some of them I look at, and so I'm not throwing shots at any of them. I'm just saying they need to be more responsible with stuff like this, because it's not true. CEO Jizzle didn't have anything to do with what happened to Juke. Why would they put that into the atmosphere? um like I said, it almost seems funny, as if when they go hard like that and you see a whole lot of them, it's like like they do they call like a blast email. I forget, I think that's what they call it, like a blast email. when they just send them out, to have an effect on people. It makes it seem like, that it is like, the people say it's scripts and stuff being written, and the record labels, decide, have them to target certain people, and they wrong. This stuff got to be called out. Ain't nobody in Memphis said that CEO Jizzle had anything to do with what happened to Big Jook. The police don't even believe that. If they believe that, they wouldn't have never said that they got some good intel that it came from down there in Texas, and some of them investigators done been down there in Texas. Okay, so they don't go and follow trails that seems false. So what I'm saying is they need to stop putting that type of stuff into the atmosphere. This young man has a bright future. He has the talent. He has the look. Sometimes I think CEO just a cute little boy. So I feel like, some of the men be getting mad at me, child. They'll come into the chat. You keep saying he cute. CEO Jizzle is young enough to be my damn child. He is. He handsome as he can be. Okay, so God gave him everything, all of the ingredients to be whatever it was that he wanted to be, because it was already predestined. He knew what he needed. He got the talent. Leave that child alone and let him be great. Encourage him, because he is up next. And see, that's the thing, when I look at him and I go, dog, just listening to him from the past, he definitely got the charisma, and he's got the charisma to finish, not just him, but one of the ones to finish what young Dolph was building, right? And so I know some shallow people gonna say, well, CEO just ain't none of his child. Fuck you. Oh Lord, forgive me for it. It slipped out. I ain't mean to say it. Okay. I've been trying to do better. It comes up. Okay. Lord, please forgive me for that, y'all. I ain't mean to say that. Say it like that. I'm trying to get better. Okay. But CEO Jizzle is a Memphian. Okay. And he is around that camp. And sometimes that's what he says. Okay, I was doing good. Shoot. Sometimes it just comes up. Y'all know I'm from out of South Memphis here. It comes up sometimes. Because I get tired of people trying to tell me something. I don't know what it is. I guess it's because I am Memphis for real. They always want to try to discredit me. You can't discredit somebody that was born and raised in Memphis. I don't care who vlog on Memphis, vlog on it. I look at everybody vlogs, whether they're in Memphis or not. I go, that was a good vlog. Because I respect people. And I don't look at everybody. I look at a lot of people. Okay. And I don't say, well, that person ain't from Memphis, so they don't know what they're talking about. I don't do that. And now some of them know they be lying. But it's pure entertainment. But when you start trying to create spheres for a young man to lose his life, because probably somebody is paying you to put that energy into the atmosphere, when are they gonna indict these damn vloggers? Some of them. It's time, because at this point, a lot of what's going on, because see, you could make money off of your vlog. You ain't got to let people pay you to create a bad atmosphere for a young man like CEO Jizzle to lose his life, all because they jealous of him. He got them deep dimples and stuff. They looking at him being cute, and see, that's probably it. And that's a lot. I feel like to this day, I feel like that's what went on with Straight Drop. Straight Drop is a handsome child. Straight Drop had a pretty girlfriend. And so that's what these young boys, when they sending you on missions, better understand. These old niggas get to looking at their young girlfriends, 22, 23 years old. They know Straight Drop might be a hitter, ain't got it all. He ain't got it all upstairs. Okay? And so he ain't got it all upstairs. They want to send him away. They know they start messing with his girlfriend, he might get mad. So if they feel like in their mind, if we send him on a mission, he get caught. We ain't got to worry about um him, snaking me because he gonna be in jail for the rest of his life. These young boys better get. I worked for the police department for almost 20 years. I still do investigative work. Got to go out on a case tonight. Y'all better start getting smart about who's snitching on y'all. The police don't get intel from anybody. These damn folks sending y'all on these missions because they want you to go to jail. You feel like it was the perfect crime. How they find out? Because the person that hired you told it, call in to Crime Stoppers. I used to work in Crime Stoppers. Answer the phone. They be the ones. I know the little nigga that did it, blah, 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 blah. The little nigga that did it. He done paid you all the time. He set you up so he can have his way with your girl. These little boys better get smart and get about doing the right business. Okay? And I said all that to say this, leave my little boy alone. Leave CEO Jizzle alone. Let CEO Jizzle be great. Let us be proud of him in Memphis. Okay? Let us be proud of him. Some people got it. He just one of the ones that got it. Stop trying to have young men taken out because you're jealous of them. Okay? Let us be proud of that child. He ain't the only one that's going to rise up. It's a whole lot of them from around the area. Leave him alone. Okay? Because he's still up next. He's still up next. Okay? And I wanted to set the record straight on that. I got some chicken on the grill, but I want to say this about Memphis being under attack. I told you I wasn't gonna be able to stay on here long because I'm hungry, and my chicken on the grill. Okay, I got some legs on the grill. Okay, and they season real good. Memphis is under attack. I was looking at what happened last night, you guys. They're saying that the lady that had the children in the car. She was, I did a vlog on it last night. She was hit in Orange Mound. This lady, they're saying, is a evangelist. She was an evangelist, and it was mistaken identity. Y'all, Memphis is under attack. And I say this all the time, and these young boys are going to have to start thinking, because you're going to reap what you sow. Okay? You're going to reap what you sow. And parents are going to have to start being more proactive as it relates to their children, because there is a lot of emotional instability that's going on where kids are easily sent out, or peer pressure going on where they feel like they need to join organizations. Okay? They feel like they need to join organizations, and then they are destroying their very own community. They feel like they need to do that. Okay? Memphis has been under attack. I think about people saying I wasn't alive when Dr. King's era. But I hear a lot of the elders say Memphis, it seemed like Memphis had a blood stain ever since Dr. King had been assassinated in Memphis. And you have to understand, when there are attacks on cities, you see all of the talent from around Memphis. Yeah, I be getting mad at a lot of these dudes around Memphis, a lot of these rappers, but hell, they they the bomb as far as their talent. I'm not gonna take that from them. I'm very proud of what I see when I look at how talented these artists are. Okay. I cuss them out and talk about them, but I be getting mad when people come in here and talk about Memphis, right? Y'all know I be getting mad. I talks about them. Let me talk about them, okay? But there has to be a change, okay? It has to be a change because the city is under attack. Now, these OGs, these record labels, everybody is coming up with some type of record label, right? Okay, if you're supposed to be a boss is making sure your people are out of the way and making some money, right? Making some real money. Being a boss ain't just about getting money off of your artists, it is also helping to get their mind right and preserving their life. Okay? I look at it as I think about I really hate that they took out Young Dolph. Young Dolph was a genius on the low. He was, and he really went on the low with it. He was a genius. Young Dolph was getting ready to. He was coming up with a recipe to really help a lot of the black artists, right? To and I got something to say about that too, because I hadn't said this, but I be getting mad, and I don't, I don't want nobody to get mad at me, but I gotta say it. But they really shot themselves in the foot, because a lot of the artists, when you start talking about some of the artists, like the artists that have come before us, I think about, I did an interview with some artists, some rappers, some time back, and they talked about how the record industry financially raped them, and it made them have a disdain for music, even though they're musical geniuses. You talk about people like um a lot of them. I can't even think of a lot of them right now. They're geniuses, but because the record industry financially raped them, it made them have a hate for the gift that God had given them, right? And so Young Dolph, God had given Young Dolph the zeal and the mind to come up with the recipe to help to bring a lot of these artists out of bondage. And as I always say, instead of the Yo Gottis and whoever else, Endless Records and all of them that it is alleged that is involved in what happened to Young Dolph, instead of them coming together with him, they helped to destroy him. They allowed jealousy and they put a plan together to help to destroy him, and really shot themselves in the foot. Thank you, Dewan. And really shot themselves in the foot, right? That's what they did. They shot themselves in the foot, because they would have been a force to be reckoned with. Can you imagine Young Dolph, Zachary Randolph, the guy that they call Head, Yo Gotti, all of them, 3 6 Mafia, Gangsta Pat, and all of them. They paved the way for a lot of the ones that I'm talking about now, right? But can you imagine with the music industry financially raping black boys? That's why they come to Memphis. They know how impoverished these boys are. They see all this talent. These boys are musically talented, and it comes right off of their head just like that. Hey, I mean, I could pop my collar on that, hands down. Memphis rappers popping 100. And so the evil men see that, and instead of people like Yo Gotti and them saying, help trying to put these boys up on game like Young Dolph was, they help the evil man to come in and to hijack these young boys and their talent, because they know nothing about business. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. Okay. And so it makes me sad when I think about what Young Dolph was doing. And you know, as we find out about history always repeating itself as it relates to Malcolm X, as it relates to Dr. King, they had our people to infiltrate our great leaders, because Young Dolph could be looked at as a leader. He could really be looked at as a prophet. And I know a lot of people say, well, she crazy. Now, the Bible says the prophet comes to liberate. The music industry got our young black artists in bondage. And so God gave Young Dolph the eye and the mind to figure this stuff out, him and Daddy-O. And so he came to liberate. And then they killed him, just like they had some of our black people to infiltrate because they was jealous of Dr. King. They killed him. Some of the brothers helped to set up Malcolm X. A lot of our great ones end up dead, and it's always at the hands and the help of our very own people. We keep allowing history to repeat itself, right, and shoot ourselves in the foot. And so I see a talent in CEO Jizzle. He's brave. He's brave. He's got the charisma to help others. He's got the talent. And God made him handsome as he can be. And he did him like that because when you're handsome, it commands attention to get you into doors so that you can help your people. He gave him everything. Okay? When people say, well, CEO Jizzle out there spinning, F you. You're going to make me cuss you out because a lot of you bitches been out there spinning. Lord, oh, it came up again. Lord, forgive me. Okay. I'm talking about as you talk about the future and what a person has on the inside of them. Okay. Hey, Kenny. So what we got to do is, oh, and I want to say this, okay, too. You know, when people was talking about, I was talking to this rapper. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to blow my nose. Y'all know I had to blow my nose. I don't like talking with no stopped up head. I had to blow it. Okay. I was talking to this rapper. I used to date this rapper. I ain't gonna say who he is, but I used to date him. And he asked me one day, he said, have you ever thought about, and this and it made me think. He said, have you ever thought about um why when Black Youngster went over to um Castelia, he said, have you ever thought about why he said that was supposed to have been handled. Have you ever thought about why? I said, no. Nah. He said, well, you probably wouldn't think about it because you're not street, because he's a street guy. He a street dude. He said, you wouldn't think about it because you're not a street girl. He said, but that's something to think about. And then he brought it up again. And with him being a street dude, he didn't never talk about much, especially as it relates to the street. That's why we ain't together now. He was slick as oil. Okay, he might bring up something to make me think every now and again, but he didn't elaborate on it. Okay. And so he said, and he said one day we was laying in bed, he was like, well, he was like, that was supposed to have been handled. He brought it up again. He said, have you ever thought about that maybe some people because I couldn't imagine it, especially with, Young Dolph giving back. And he made me see to the point, he was like, some of them folks from some people, baby, felt like, a lot of people was jealous of Young Dolph. He was like, hey, I wasn't jealous of him. We had our time. But he said, I've heard some people say, he riding around here in these cars trying to make us feel a certain way, whereas me, because I'm a businesswoman, right? Or anybody else that's got a business mind, it motivates them. Just like Young Dolph said when he saw Boosie, it motivated him, right? He said, everybody ain't got that mind, ain't got that type of mind. So he riding around, it starts to make some of these people jealous. He said Black Youngster wasn't supposed to be able to come over in Castelia and come over there looking for Dolph and leave alive. And I'm not saying anything about anybody in Castelia. Please don't ever think that. I'm not, because it wasn't even a lot of people out there, right? Because I think those that came outside, they was trying to, really just figure out what was going on, right? He said, but you have to think about that. And it goes back to what I said. Our people got to have a different mindset because for the most part, everybody in Castelia love Young Dolph. Okay. I just want to make that clear. Okay. That's the reason why I said we have to, thank you, Letitia, for the Cash App. We got to have a change of mind because as I say, Young Dolph can be looked at as a prophet. Okay. Because God says the prophet comes to liberate. And it is rap music was created by Black people. Okay. And God allowed it to be lucrative to make life good for a lot of these young rappers. And even still, with them having the talent, somehow they are still in bondage. And Young Dolph had figured out the recipe, and you would think that a lot of other Black people would have wanted to network with him, But instead, just like so many other Black people, because he had figured out the recipe and he was liberated, they wanted to blackball him because they didn't want for people to find out that a lot of them had been flogging, instead of going behind the scenes saying, look, man, look here, we all need to get together and this is how we're going to do it. Instead, they tried to blackball him because he was pulling the wool off of a whole lot of stuff, right? He was doing it, right? So that's why I say Memphis is under attack and we got to change our mindset. Okay. We got to change our mindset. And hey, I know vloggers be talking about she don't be want nobody, that's the first thing they say when they want to lie on you. She don't want nobody to talk about Memphis. Hell, I don't own Memphis. The only thing I say is, if you're going to talk about Memphis, if you're going to talk about the city you making money off of, you making more money probably than you made in your whole damn life. You could be respectful for what's paying you. Instead, they want to talk about Memphis and disrespect the Memphians. And that makes me hotter than fish grease, motherfucker. Because you're not, and y'all, and then think they're going to bring their motherfucking asses in my chat and talk about my city and think I ain't going to block them. Fuck you. Okay, now that one came up like I wanted it to. I didn't try to hold that one. Okay? Because then what they be trying to do is disrespect the Memphians for real. Fuck you. Thanks. Talk about your own city then, bitch. You're going to make money off of mine, put that negative energy into the atmosphere and have disrespect? No. Okay? I ain't no handkerchief head Negro. I makes money. I'm getting ready to go on a case tonight and they paid me 3 G's and I'm going to sit out there with my binoculars. Okay? So YouTube don't pay me enough to let folks come into my chat and be disrespectful to me. Okay? Put some respect on my city. Stop putting into the atmosphere. Stop. Because see, I can see some of these men, they already don't like me because they feel like my personality. Yeah, I can see them. Yeah, CEO Jizzle did this. Every time y'all try to put that into the atmosphere for something to happen to that boy, you're going to start seeing bad shit happening to your life. Because you're not hurting me, you're hurting yourself. You're showing that you's a sissy. That's what you're showing. You's a sissy. Okay? Because real OGs don't do that. They don't do that. Okay? If you're going to vlog on Memphis, there's a lot going on in Memphis. As I had always said before, I understand that bringing attention to a lot of stuff is what make people start to rectify stuff as it relates to the power brokers and the politicians. But what good is bringing attention to a city if you know you're going to put out propaganda and lies? Don't do it like that. That's the reason why I say the city is up under attack. Everybody is interested in Memphis because of what happened to Young Dog. People have seen a way to make a bag. And so instead of praying for the city for real, everybody looking at the news, praying that it's something juicy has happened, that somebody has lost their life, that some of these rappers have lost their life so that they can break a juicy story. God ain't pleased with that. That's why I say Memphis is under attack. Okay? That's why I say that. Help to change the energy. Truly pray for the city. Truly pray for the city. CEO Jizzle in them is the future of our city. Everybody ain't got the talent. It's a lot of other ones that's got the talent. He's one of the ones that's out front that I believe God is going to use. He ain't the only one. Because I see a lot in Kenny Money. Okay? I'm going to have to blow my nose again. He ain't the only one. It's a lot of other ones that are talented. Moneybag, talented as he can be. Talented as he can be. I don't care how I throw shots at him when I get pissed off. I can't take that from him. That dude talented. His little friend, why fat? He one of the talented ones. He from over there in West Memphis, Arkansas. He 2 minutes away. He over the bridge in Arkansas, but we claims him. Okay, he talented. So instead of having to create beefs and put negative energy into the atmosphere to put dark clouds over these, because a lot of y'all got kids. CEO Jizzle and them are young enough to be these old ass niggas kids. Instead of creating that negative energy for something to happen to this child that's slated to be the biggest star in Memphis, because if I say it, that's what it's gonna be. I'm telling you, I see it. Let that child be great. Stop taking money and get up off your damn knees and be a man. Stop taking money to do anything. Okay, I'm a woman that make my own stuff, my own money. I make stuff shake on my own. I like men that have standards. When they say, no, I can't do that for some money, it gets me wet. Oh, damn, I love him. Shit. He won't do anything for some money. He gonna make some shake another way. But a lot of you too jelly back. You're pathetic. And you helping to spread genocide in your very own community. Okay. But anyway, y'all, that's what I wanted to get on here and talk about. I told y'all I couldn't be on here long because I gotta eat and then I gotta put on my gear. Because y'all know we can't go out without our weapons. No. Well, I never went out without mine. Okay. I never went out without mine, but we won't be out in Collierville. So normally the criminals don't lurk in Collierville like that. In Collierville, police real cool. So we sit out there. We have to sit out there in the rich people's neighborhood. We could go to sleep and everything and wake up. Ain't nothing gonna happen sitting right outside. Okay, but I appreciate you guys getting on. But I do got to get off because I got to eat and I gotta go. Well, you like me because I'm about to shake that slot. If you hit some money, you need to be trying to give me some of it, Kenny. Shoot, you stay at the casino hitting money. Give me some. Shit, I have to work hard for my money. I want to hit a slot machine. I said I'm gonna start playing the lottery. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start playing the lottery. My mama said she be having dreams about numbers. I told her as soon as you wake up, y'all know my mama is a minister. I said, look here, lady, as soon as you wake up, because you know she gets hollering about, it's a sin for us to play. I said, look, let me tell you something, lady. You ain't got to play the lottery since you say it's a sin. But when you dream of them numbers, you wake up and write them down, give them to me. I'll let me go sin. Because I ain't got no problem with sinning sometimes. I'm gonna go play the lottery. Okay, I'm gonna go play the lottery. My mama be having dreams about them numbers. God giving her them numbers to give to me so I can go play. Play the cash for a time. Okay, I'm gonna anyways, you guys. Anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Send shouts out to CEO Jizzle. We got to start uplifting these young boys. When they got talent like that. I've been telling y'all that he is a star. That's a star. It's another one that's a star. He ain't got the personality that CEO Jizzle got. He just got the talent. Y Fat is a star. What's his name? YTB Fat. YTB Fat is a star. He got the talent, but he got to work on everything else. See, CEO just God gave him everything. Yeah, shout out to CEO Jizzle. All right, you guys, I got it because I got my stuff on the grill and I got to get ready to go out. I love you guys. Have a good night.